Here's a quick little video on how to clean up your glass fill swatches. I call them glass swatches in my folder. Basically, these swatches are used for glass fills in Pixelmator app, or you can use them in Mac Pages as fills, background fills. For the most part, these are all just pictures, actual photographs of glass and or glass. I've collected imagery from places online, just for the purpose of a glass fill. They were from the manufacturers or people sharing images, but here's a little collection. I'm going to show you a really quick and easy way to fix up these images, so they work best for the apps I mentioned, Pixelmator and or Mac Pages. There are other apps I'm sure out there, but I use these two. It's all you really need, in my opinion. If you're an Apple user, that's all you really need. Alright? And there are other apps you can insert images as fills on Mac as well, but I just use the two for stained glass pattern design. So let me just go briefly over my images in my folder from glass swatches. It's showing different colors, greens, ambers, blues, what have you, reds. I got this one highlighted because I was looking at it earlier. What you want to do is you open up your folder. Usually on a Mac you'll have it listed on the side, or if it's on your desktop, just open it up. So I'm viewing glass swatches. I can see all my images. You double click on one. By default, the preview app will launch, and from here you look at different aspects of the image. The size is a big one. This one's 12 and a half. So we're going to scoot that down to 8. You could change the resolution. It'll clean up the pixelation, but honestly at 72, it's what your eye sees on a computer screen. It's sufficient. To go up to 300 or 150, you really don't need it. All right. So we're going to change the size to 8 by 8. It shows the glass. It actually shows it clearer because I shrunk the size of it. Alright. So from here you want to go to Tools. You can adjust the color. Alright. And from here you have your color adjustment. You go to Exposure. You actually change the exposure. Contrast, it doesn't do much. It may make it darker, but for the most part, leave that alone. I just hit reset. Let's say how it looks before. Then you hit saturation. You can actually change the amount of color in the glass, which is kind of neat. Or temperature. We'll change the temperature of the color, meaning more of a green, RGB properties. Alright, and then the tint. So you wanted a green, a purple. You could actually save this. Like I say, I like that green look. If you're looking to change a glass fill to a different color and create a new glass fill, this is one way you do it. A lot of this as well can be done in the app itself. not so much in the Pages app, but in Pixelmator you can change the hue adjustments. Is basically what I'm doing here. All of this is the hue adjustments, and then finally the sepia. That's like an antique fill. Um, I'm sorry, filter. Makes it look old. Here you don't have to. Sometimes it'll actually change the color of the glass. And then you have the sharpness. You want to bring out a little bit more of a clarity of the detail. You say we went with that. Go back to saturation. I want a green. Green ripple. Alright. And then here, say you want to change the color outright. I'm going to do that and show you. File, export. You don't save it. If you save it, it's going to replace the amber one you had. So you export. And you don't want it dark amber, so you want to say green. I could have left that. Green. It's Flemish. Actually, the glass is Flemish. Alright. Called green Flemish in glass swatches. And as long as green Flemish doesn't exist already, it'll save it. If it did exist, it'll tell you, say, you want to override it and say, maybe we'll go ahead and change it to green Flemish too. You can always delete it and change it. Alright, so I'm going to hit save it. So now we have this green Flemish. We can get out of here. Get out of preview. And you don't want to hit save because it's going to save that dark amber to this green. So you say no. You can revert the changes. It brings it back to the original. If you can see, now I have the dark amber, the original, and the green Flemish here. Right? And they're both ready for glass fills. It's a good size. Again, it's got good placement. What I mean about placement, I'll show you another one. This one is a friend of mine. She took a picture of her glass. I'm going to zoom down a little bit to get a better look at it. And here, it's like actually using glass. If you say, I want to use this in a window, but I don't want too much of this or what have you. Or this may be too much on the bottom. What you can do, in the preview, you can just click on the image anywhere. It'll bring up the cross section for you, and you hold down the mouse. I want to save this as my primary fill. I don't want anything below it. All right, like that, and we go ahead and we're gonna hit the tools crop. All right, we'll crop it, and then we finally go to adjust the size. We have 7 by 7, close enough. The resolution is 216, which is fine. And go 8. It's in my OCD. I'm gonna make it 8 by 8. You click on the lock icon, it'll allow you to change it. All right, and then you hit OK. It's resampling the image, which is retaining the clarity. All right, and then from here, this is beautiful glass. I'm not going to change any colors of it, but you could. I mean, you can go. You say, I like this glass. I'm going to get a little bit more, color. And remember, this is called Dawn.jpg. So we don't want to save it over Dawn.jpg. Her name is Dawn, actually. So you can make changes. You can change the exposure. I mean, here I'm gonna go to contrast and bring in a little bit more vibrancy here and up here. It's okay. Again, it more blue, change the temperature. That actually works. I like this range. It's where you really have to just step back and look at it, and you could always undo it, create it, reset it. I like actual tint like that. And then with the sepia, yeah, you walk down each one. You say, maybe you want something like that. I don't know. And then finally, the sharpness. You bring it all the way down. You see it softens it up. Bring it to the right. You actually make out bubbles more in the glass. I mean, again, in the application, you could do all this as well. There's really no need to do it here. But I did that. Right? And then what you can do, say, well, I'm not quite sure. You could actually do a side-by-side. You could say, all right, I'm going to look at a side-by-side. It's not letting me here. Oh, no. Doing. Oh, it's right in front of my face. Click on that. My apologies. It's working with what you have open. But let's just say we're going to save this as. Then we can do the comparisons. Export as Dawn 2. Alright. You don't have to change the quality. You could, but you really don't need to. So what we do now, we're going to close this. When you close it, you don't want to save the changes you made to that. So you revert it, and it goes back to the original. Now this is a very mild adjustment, but again, it'll show you that you did brighten it up, and also again, if you use the original image in the Mac software, there's no reason to change it like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to move to chat. Actually, I'm going to save that one. I'm going to take the original, move that to trash, because I liked what I did to this. And by clicking on it, you can just change the name, make it the original. So what I did is I removed a little bit on the bottom. I brightened it up. So the changes I'm comfortable with. And you could always go to your trash and bring it back. But this is going to work for me. Alright, and you get another one. Blue water glass. Now here's a good example. It's showing it as full size. So when you do use this, you're going to have issues with placement. So what you want to do is go to Tools, adjust the size. It's 2.6. I've had them just for small glass swatches that I use, glass fills. So we're gonna let's leave that. Go 8. Up to 8. And then from here, you can look at, this is a blue water glass, like a Dresden blue or gray blue. You say for glass swatches, you do want that darkness here, because it really defines the pattern. And you don't really need so much of the fullness of the background. So what you want to do is, you get the crosshairs again by clicking on it. What we're going to do is select a better representation of this glass. You can go like that. See, I like that. Alright. Tools, crop. Now you have your glasses resized. You adjust the size, and here click on the lock. We're going to make it 8 by 8. What's going to do is actually change this image. It's going to stretch it out a little bit in the width. All right, okay, just like that. So now we have an 8 by 8 piece of this blue water glass for our glass fill. I'm going to go to tools, adjust the color. Now we're not going to mess with any of the, the hues, and maybe a little bit of exposure just to bring it out. The highlights is more kind of, it defines like the dark, the bright, and the not so bright. So that's what the highlights does. I use it sometimes. I hear, really don't need it. You could leave that in the middle somewhere. Same thing with the shadows. It'll actually brighten up any shadowing. I don't want to change that. Give it a little. I don't want to make it look too fake. I like that dark gray blue. Go to saturation. Again, you bring in more blue. Like I said, I want to keep it where it was. And then temperature. Yeah, actually, bringing that temperature to the right created more of a grayish effect. So I kind of like that. I like that. Right in this range here. And then again, sepia goes to an antique filter. You really don't need it. And here, sharpness may be a great thing to play around with, because it is water glass. You can dull it down, or bring it up. It's showing that in this range right here. I like how it looks. Alright, let's see. Just slide it back and forth. You could go full tilt with it, but keep it right there. Alright, and then I mean, you could also just do auto levels, which will, do everything for you, brighten it up, and do what the computer feels would be the best for you, and you could use that as a gauge. I mean, and work off it. Let's see, we got shadows. So remove that. So you got even a darker. You can go to dark blue. Contrast. Go back to auto levels. Highlights. Let's see, saturation. Yeah, I wanted more of a grayish blue. That looks like it's like a steel blue water glass. Yeah, temperature. So, and again, you want to make green. You can make green. You make a nice teal. It's actually very nice. If you stumble onto a color, you say, "Oh, I like that. I like how that's coming out." Just go up to the preview file, export to. See, this is bluewater.jpg. I'm going to export this as, instead of blue water, call it teal. You just have another swatch. You have to go through all the adjustments in the software. We're going to save that. Alright. And this was a good example because it gave me all the different options that I wanted to play around with. Alright. And this here as well, we're going to go ahead and adjust the color. I'm going to reset all. Okay. This was the original. That's my original glass swatch. Alright, and I changed the teal. I got the teal. I don't like it very bright. Temperature. Tint. highlights, shadow. Oh. With everything there, we can go to sepia. So you bring in more of a gray blue look. I actually like this. I'm gonna just increase the exposure a little bit. This reminds me of a very common water glass that we use. Temperature. Yeah, I'm showing you all these adjustments, playing with it on my end, but you could do the same. Alright, I'm just showing you how it may come out. Yeah, this is a nice look to this glass. So I'm going to say, alright, we're going to go ahead and save that. You can hit the Command S key, and I just saved that. Alright, or you can, go to File, Save. It's the Command key and the S key. Mac is really good with hotkeys and Command O, open, Command S, save, Command C, copy, Command V, paste. So I use it quite often. So again, so go back to blue water. See, I have another blue water, which is a lighter blue, and we have that where we created the teal. It's teal right here. It looks really nice. When you view your swatches in a folder format, you really get an idea of what you have. It's like this wavy I did yesterday. This is the original here. Yeah. And I went and see if I can scoot it over. It's kind of in the way. And I went and lightened it up. It had like a greenish tint. So I like that. I also did a rose. This is all the same glass. This is all manipulated, all these colors from this glass right here. Just to give you an idea of what you can do. And the intention of this video is to show you just using a simple change color filters that are built into Preview, and then the size, you're changing the size. It's all right there for you. So if you have images, you take a picture of some glass and you're like, oh, it's got the sticker on it. I don't want the sticker. You cut it out. You can select it, without the sticker. Alright? I hope you enjoyed this video. And there's more to it. I mean, inside the Pixelmator Pro app that I have, which is very reasonable, $50 for a lifetime license. It's well worth it. If you have a Mac, get Pixelmator. I mean, Apple bought the software. To give you an idea, Apple bought software. It's good, right? It works really well on a Mac. But yeah, in the app itself, you could do all of these hue type adjustments, right on the app. So, but here I like to have, like I said, the visuals. You say, all right. And when you're looking for a glass fill, you say, well, I use that. Actually, I have rows. I've got quite a few of the same glass, and again, done in the Preview app that's native on the Mac. It's already pre-installed. It's your default JPEG viewer, PNG it transfers files to PNG. It opens PDFs. I mean, it's very powerful. You can annotate it. You can do a lot with Preview. besides just viewing glass swatches. Uh, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please comment below. I mean, the best thing I like seeing is people commenting. I mean, tell me, say, hey, I tried that, it works good. You know, hey, you're an idiot, you go away. I'll take it all. I like the attention. I'm bored, can't you tell? I'm making videos of glass swatches. No, but seriously, if you do any kind of pattern creation and you do glass fills, and it really does make a big difference in displaying your patterns. It's amazing the amount of variations you can come up with for a pattern. You can change it quick on the fly. You say, how does this glass look with that area, or this? The tools are amazing that are available today for stained glass pattern design. With that, I'm going to shut off. And again, please comment below. Or you can like my video with a thumbs up, thumbs down. Thumbs up's better. Or if you haven't, subscribe to my channel, and you'll be sure to see a lot more of this great content. Right down here, hit that. It's right around here somewhere. The Holy Spirit window. Click that, and you'll automatically be subscribed to my channel, to my my YouTube channel. Take care and have a nice day.